Don't you hate it when you wake up in the morning and your house looks a little bit like this? Yep, that could have been avoided if you would have just known where your main water shutoff valve is. And on this week's Luke's Tuesday tip, I'm going to show you 3 things about your water main valve that you'll definitely need to know. 1, that's the general location, where your water main is coming in the house. 2, what the pipes look like. And 3, what a valve looks like so you know which one to shut off. All right, getting right into it. Most water mains come directly from the street to the closest area in your house. So take a look at my house. Here's where the street is. There's my house. Most likely it's going to be right around this area in the basement or the crawl space. So take a look there first. In some of the newer homes, they've got them in the utility closet or near the washer and dryer. They kind of pull that up with a pressure reducing valve, which we'll talk about later. And they can be in there. So that's generally where your valve or your water main is going to come in. Now, which ones are water pipes? This picture shows a few of the main types of water piping that they use. Very popular ones are these copper ones down below here. Very new ways of doing it are the PEX pipes, which can be red, white, or blue. Go America. And some of the older pipes are some of these CPVC and PVC pipes. So if you have one of these are most likely a water pipe. Now, the third thing is you got to find the valve after that. So now that you know where the water's coming in and which one is a water main, you got to follow that all the way until you see something that looks like either this gate valve here or a ball valve here. You're probably not going to have both of them. You probably have one or the other. So more common than not, you're going to have a ball valve, which is almost a 90-degree turn valve. If it's lined up with the pipe, it's on, and if it's against the pipe like this, and you turn it like that, then it's off. And the gate valve is simply just righty-tighty, and it'll shut it off. Now, some of those gate valves, keep in mind, are getting older. They usually don't use them all that often, and some of those valves in there can kind of corrode away and still leak after you've completely shut it and there's no way. If that's the case, go ahead, call a plumber, replace it, just so you can shut off your water main. Also, keep in mind, if you do shut your valve off and you turn on a water valve, let's say in the basement or anywhere in your house, you might still have some water kind of leaking out. That's just because your pipes are draining. So if you want to shut off your water and make sure that it's not leaking, make sure you drain all the water after you've shut the valve off to see if it's still leaking. And you can also check your water meter here after you've shut your water main off to see if it's still ticking. And that means your water's still running. A lot of information there about water, but very, very important that you identify where the main water shutoff is when you buy a house or when you're living in a house, because you don't want to get flooded out. Because water is the #1 cause of flood damage. It's a fact. I'm Real Estate Luke Kinjorski, and thanks so much for watching this week's Luke's Tuesday tip on how to find that water main valve. Be sure to tune in next week where we talk about more goodies. And as always, we'll see ya